Hey y'all, think I'm going live. Okay, looks like I am anyway. Right off the bat, I do not own rights to any of the music in the background. I'm just feeling like a little bluesy Christmas, so I hope y'all can hear me over it. I hope everybody's having a great day today. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna show a tutorial, pretty quick one on covering, some of the issues that we might have with um, lupus, or in my case, I've got Mucha Haberman, which is another autoimmune skin disease, or even just aging, how to take care of your skin and try to get a smooth complexion. So, there's not, any big secrets on these. It's just, it mainly comes back to staying moisturized and keeping your skin hydrated and trying to use sunscreen, when you can. So a lot of the products that I use have sunscreen in them, which I do anyway because of my lupus, but this can actually go and show you as far as what you can do to help, prevent early aging to your skin, or if you already do have some skin aging, how to hydrate and plump up your skin so that it looks a lot smoother. So, without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. Now, the very first thing I do, this is super cheap, but if you have a Dollar General around, I'm sure you can probably get these online too. But these are baby wipes, but they're called water wipes. That's what I use for makeup remover. So on the makeup remover, a lot of them have different chemicals. I don't want chemicals. I want to keep it as clean as possible. Okay, so I've done my water wipes, wiped off my face real good and everything. Now, Q-tips are a big part of my routine because I have to treat different areas of my face. Now, as I said, I've got Mucha Haberman, which one of the things I'm doing right now is this is prescription, so y'all can't, get it unless you are, someone dealing with this, but it's actually a topical steroid that I use. And I'll just put a little bit on my Q-tip, and let me grab my mirror because I can't really see in here. But I'm actually just putting this on my lower one, and then I have one right here on my cheek that you can see that's just like trying to raise up. And then another small one that is almost totally gone in there as far as up here at my temple. And then I'm going to get just a little bit more and get rid of some of it right there, and a little bit, I got one right at the base of my lip. Now, just to explain what that was about, the steroid is for my pleva or Mucha Haberman disease. Basically, it's an autoimmune disease that affects the skin. It can cause the skin to die, which I'm going to try to get close and see if y'all can see. The big one is actually where I had a little patch of skin to die. And it's healing now, but it is probably going to leave a permanent scar. But if you have any kind of skin issues, this is what I've learned from my dermatologist. And y'all, new Q-tip for everything that you're doing, okay? Don't cross-contaminate your steroids or anything. And the only thing that I put in this little Vaseline jar that I've got here is a clean Q-tip. I don't put my finger, anything else goes in there. This is just for this particular purpose. But when you have, whether it be like in my case, a healing sore from the Mucha Haberman, or let's say you have another condition. Let's say you have the chicken pox. Adults get chicken pox. In order to let your skin heal, what I have learned from my dermatologist is Vaseline is your best friend, because what it does is it allows your skin to build back up and build that layer of skin. So in that one little spot that I've got that's building up skin, I put a little bit of Vaseline. That's all I have to do. Okay. So now we're going to get another Q-tip. And let me pull this out. This is one of my favorite products. I'm going to be careful because I got it open. But this is called Canalogica. Okay. As the name sounds, it does have CBD in it. Now, it's actually an oil for face hydration, but I have found other uses for it that works really well. It's kind of off-label, use here. But what I do is I'm gonna do this off camera. I actually wet a tip end of a Q-tip with the Canalogica, and I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty wet. Okay, now here's the deal. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I hope I don't gross anybody out, but I figure if people can watch, like people pop pimples on YouTube, y'all can watch me stick a Q-tip up my nose. But I have a nose piercing. And it's healing. I'd gotten it back whenever COVID was going on, but I found this really, I don't know, and this is just, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like helps me, as far as like, sterilize in my nose area because it is natural antiseptic. So what I do, started out by using it for the nose piercing. So I put it inside my nose. I've got my piercing pulled out a little bit. Okay, and I clean that side. And then I should have wet both ends while I was doing it, but I'm wetting the other end right now. Obviously, you don't want to use the same side. I do the same thing on the other side, and it actually works to, clean out your nose. Like I said, it's CBD is a natural antiseptic. That Q-tip gets tossed. And it actually, honestly, it keeps you from having boogers, build up or anything showing. I'm just kind of a clean freak when it comes to stuff like that. So, all right. Next step, another Q-tip. I should own stock in Q-tip. I'm telling y'all right now. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to hold my mirror to do this. But basically what I do is I tip over on the side, and I'm actually going to drop some of it on there and clean underneath the piercing. Okay, so I get a couple of drops of my Canalogica. And I don't know if you can see, but I did that. And then I've got a clean Q-tip, and I'm keeping it from dripping down off my nose, but I'm also rubbing it around. So this is actually getting rubbed underneath the nose piercing on the outside of my nose. And then also, if you're someone that's, got a nose piercing, what I do is I take the tip in and just kind of like that. And I use the tip to push my piercing back in, because if it's a fresh piercing, just like with ear piercings, they can grow up. So I clean it, make sure that, I'm not getting any kind of infection by using an antiseptic. Clean underneath it on the outside as well with a fresh Q-tip. And then when I'm done, I use the tip of the Q-tip to push it back in my nose. That way it's pushed all the way through and keeps the skin from growing up. So learn something new every day. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on my moisturizing routine that I do before I ever put any makeup on, okay? Now, the first thing that I'm going to do, and I'm listing all of this stuff in the description, or most of it. If it's not, just post a comment, ask a question and you can. But this is called Tula, okay? Now, this is an eye brightener, and what I do with this is I actually use it for more than my eyes, but it's got like hyaluronic acid, so it also helps with wrinkling. So what I do is I use this little stick under my eyes in the corner. I put it on my eyelids. Be careful not to get this in your eyes because it does sting a little if you do. Okay. And I feel like I've got, because, I have like raccoon eyes. I get the really dark circles. So that's, one thing I do is I put like an eye brightener. Now, you can use a different eye brightener. I do love this one though because it's easy to use because it's stick form. And the reason like I said, I use it for more than just my eyes because it actually does help plump up wrinkle lines. I got big time laugh lines. That's where mine are. So what I do is I go up between there. I'm going to go everywhere that, how, as we get older, we furrow that brow and you get your little lines right there. I treat this with that. And then the other place that I get lines is I get them here going down. Okay. So now, of course, I can't go all the way down on the side that I have my lesion right now, but I get as close as I can. And you know what? I figure might as well let's get rid of a little turkey neck if we can. Okay. So that's, just think of this as like your little anti-wrinkle cream is what I think of it as. But that's the Tula. Okay. Now, after you're done with your Tula or whatever kind of eye, lightener you want, trying to get rid of those dark circles, I give it just a second or two before I do anything else. And then what I do is I'll use the same sponge that I use, for putting on my BB cream later. But what I do is I will get, and let me just move this out of the way here. I'm going to use one of my trial sizes, but this is pure lace. This is a moisturizer. It's got antioxidants in it. It's got different vitamins in it. It's very natural. And what I do is I will take, my little sponge tip, and I just put some of it on my sponge like that, okay? And then what I do, which I'll get the mirror to put it, rub it in good where I can see, but I'll just like dot it up here, okay? And then you're just going to rub it all in. Okay, and like I said, I'll get, all over my face because moisturization, if you're worried about, aging lines, or you're worried about, like say you have lupus or Mucha Haberman like I do, if you're worried about, your skin's issues, moisturization and sunscreen are your best friends. Okay. Now, when I do this way, by putting it on my sponge, it absorbs so much that I do always, let's not forget, ladies, about our turkey neck. We want to go all the way down and rub it in. So I love beauty sponges for that. And then, like I said, I do it on my beauty sponge because when I get ready to do my foundation, it's already got a little bit of moisture in here left over from the moisturizer. So it can help your BB cream come on, go on smoother. Okay, so now I've got that done. And at this point, while my moisturizer is absorbing, is typically when I do my eyebrows. Okay. Now, I have a little bit on right now that I had left because I will be completely and totally honest. My hair is so light. If I don't put something on my eyebrows, you really can't see them that much. So, this is actually I'm going to show y'all all three of them real quick because I'm going to have them listed, like I said, in the bottom. But these are, to me, the best eye pencils I've ever found. They come from a company called Araceli, and it is a female-owned business. It's a Latinx company. The woman, Sally, that, started the business, I mean, she's just awesome. It's good products. And, when you can, it's always nice to support, like, female owned businesses. Or I think so anyway. But this is actually her gold eyeliner. Now, this one is a gel eye pencil, so you actually would sharpen it. But this is what I use for my eyebrows because my hair is naturally it's a reddish blonde, got that Scottish showing through. So we got to do something a little bit, along the lines. And what I'll do is I don't really like to overdo, which you can see the difference just that little bit. I don't like to really overdo my eyebrows. I don't want to look like Bert and Ernie, you know what I mean? But I guess because I'm a, child of the 70s, I still like a little bit more of a thinness, as millennials, we don't really want them super thick, but we're not going quite pencil thin yet either. So I'm going to go ahead. You can see how light that is right now. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Look at that. Just that little bit. Love, love, love her products. Like I said, they're very highly pigmented. And then, you can see how that does. What I want to do is show you something else. It's a nice little trick. And this is another, like I said, off-label use that I have for my Canalogica. But actually, I've got, that's not the right end. I've got like a little brush here. And I'll go ahead and after I put the stuff on, I'll go ahead and like brush it through so you really can't see the lines and make it more thin. So now looking at this, see how this one's a little bit thicker than this one? I did that on purpose because I want to show y'all something. Broken heart. Gotta love some blues. Okay. So I've got a little bit of Canalogica on the end of this. What I do is I'll like take this, Q-tip, and you can actually exactly line it out and go right across. Same thing for the bottom. Looky, looky, all thinned out. That Canalogica oil is so good for your skin. And I'm just getting this tail real quick. But see, you can thin out the tail and everything like I did on this side. So, you can use, because it's an oil, it'll remove this stuff. Now, what I like doing is letting that set for a minute. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm happy with that. So we're done with the Q-tips for now anyway, maybe. All right. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my eyes prepared. Okay. Now this is one of my very, very favorite concealers. This is ColourPop. It's the Pretty Fresh, and light complected. So most everything that I use is for fair complexion, but the products that I use actually do, come in a variety of shades, so you can find it, to match your eyes. Now, what I'll do, and this is just a little trick. You know how when you put your eyeshadow on, you have what's called fallout, where it'll go under your eye sometime? Well, the way that we take care of that, I'm not putting this concealer under my eyes right now. This is going on the eyelid because it acts as a primer for your eyeshadow to help it stay on all day. So that broken heart. Okay. So looks pretty crazy, huh? Okay. What I'm gonna do is take one of my nice, and I love this. This is one of my favorite brushes, but I'll just take it and I'm going on top of my lid. And what you can do is you take it, go right up underneath that eyebrow, because what I'm doing is I'm defining the line on that eyebrow right now. Take it, if you can see it, go right on the outside of the top too. So I've totally outlined my eyebrow, is what I've done. Okay. Now I'm just smoothing it out, because I don't want, just a big glob of it still anywhere. Get the tail. It's broken heart. Okay, so see, that one's completely outlined. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to do it a little bit quicker because y'all already saw how to do it. My broken heart. Okay, and I know I make funny faces while I'm doing eyes, but let's be real, we all do. Okay, so eyelids have had concealer, they're completely outlined. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my eyeshadow. And for that, I'm actually using one of my favorite palettes. This is also ColourPop, but it's the Mandalorian. It's the child palette. I've got on my little reindeer Christmas thing today, so I thought, okay, we're going to go green with the eyeshadow today. So this, if you've never used ColourPop before, it's very, very highly pigmented and buildable, which, basically all that means is, you can layer it on if you want it darker and darker. And this is such a pretty palette anyway, but you can see, got your greens, got a little bit of brown, kind of khaki type colors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, what did I do with my pencil? I was like, I know I had one out here for the green. Okay, so, and I don't know if y'all are like me, but you have like so many different brushes, for your light and your dark colors and everything. So I'm going to go into this lightest green right now. It's kind of a frosty green, and it's going all over the whole eyelid. So I hope everybody's having a good lead up to Christmas. I wonder if everybody's got their Christmas shopping done. See, that's all over the whole eyelid. It's pretty light. And y'all feel free to comment if you want to. I'm gonna go through here and do this other side. Okay. I think I got a little bit more on this other eye than I did this one. Something else that you can do if you're trying to get, dramatic eye or just keep them well defined, you can actually take your brush and go vertical and go like from the corner of your eye, go straight up to the eyebrow to kind of like make it, more defined. Okay. Which for me, I try to blend my stuff out pretty good though. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my brush that I just used for my green, and I'm going to go into my deep green. And then something too that you can do, y'all, I'm just going to like probably make a mess doing this, but like you just, if you don't want a lot of fallout, just, if you can probably see the eyeshadow kind of billowing, but just tap off the excess. And then I'm just going to go in, get my corner. So I got my corner, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to make an outline of that bone. See how that did? Now we're going to go on the other side. Tap, tap. So like I said, get your outside. And then we're going to define again that bone. Okay. Now, the thing with eyes, don't be nervous because, you're going to have different fallout. Like I said, we can always clean it up at the end. And what I always do is I kind of look at mine after I've done this part because, it might not be shaped quite the way that I want it to be or whatever. And I'll go ahead and do this. I'm looking here because it's saying my connection's unstable. So I'm hoping that, if anybody's not seeing this, that the recording will stay. And whenever I upload it, it will go ahead and upload the whole thing. But I'm just going to keep going like you're there if you're not there right now. Hopefully you're there. But anyway, so I'm going to go on and just stabilize this, because I want it to be a little bit more defined. Okay. Okay, so now I know that looks super dark. Don't freak on me, because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to go back with my very light pale green. Put it back again where I had my middle part, where I've got the top. See how I did that? Okay, and you can kind of blend those edges a little bit. Okay, now looking at this right now, it's not perfect, but something that everybody needs to have, I think anyway, is a brush specifically for blending their eyeshadow. Okay. Now, this is the one that I use, and you want to wash your brushes regularly too. But I just go over the whole dadgum thing and just sweep it to the outside. Okay, I've got here in my eye, I think. Okay. Now, once you've swept it all to the outside, then what we're going to do is we're going to take our water wipe that we use to clean our face, and we're going to take care of any fallout. And what I do is I'll take it and I wrap it around my finger, just to use my finger as my tool. Okay. Y'all give me just a second. Okay, look, fallout's gone. All right, so now what we're going to do, remember I used my concealer just on the top of my eyes earlier. Now we're going to take care of that under eye. So, go back in with my ColourPop concealer. Do my under eye. Then I'm going to grab back my concealer brush. And I'll just go ahead and any excess, because I put it on the concealer anyway pretty thick for my under eye because they're dark. Okay, and like I said, you can just take that, and that's what I'll use to kind of take and blend out to my nose. And again, I'll go back up that middle for the outline of those eyebrows. See? All right, so eyes are done there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring back out my sponge, because this is the point that I go ahead and I put my BB cream on. Okay? Now, something I wanted to say, because I am still healing, I'm not going to cover these with concealer heavily or anything. I'm just going to use my moisturizing BB cream, which again is Pure Lace. I love Pure Lace because their product, like I said, it's so good for your skin. They have all kinds of nutrients and everything in there, which like I said, I'm going to put the link in the comments so y'all can look. But I've got right now steroid on this one and this one, and the little one by my lip, and then the Vaseline is over the one that's healing. So it actually does have a layer of skin now, so I feel comfortable putting some of my, BB cream on. And I do it on the top of my sponge, just like what I did with my moisturizer, but I'll take it and kind of pat it around on the top of my sponge and do the same thing I did when I did my moisturizer. Dot, 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 and then I just work it around. So I'm just going to get this, and we'll go right there. And get over here on this side, which I don't know if y'all noticed it, or you probably can't see it now, but I know y'all probably know what, spider veins are. With lupus, if you're on long-term steroids, you can get what's called telangiectasia, which is basically a nice way of saying spider veins. But long-term steroid use will cause spider veins to show up in the most unattractive places. And a lot of people don't know that steroids can cause that, but yeah, they cause all kinds of lovely things. Weight gain. They can cause osteoporosis or aggravate in any way. Okay. So something else know if you noticed when I was doing it, if you could see from the mirror, but I also, when I'm doing my BB cream, I will take it and again just go right along the line of that eyebrow to make it really defined. Okay. And then feel like we got that all good. Let's get the nose good. Okay. And like we did earlier, let's not forget about our turkey neck. Because again, this does have moisturizer in it. And like I said, different vitamins. Okay. And so you can see that. But, you know, I'm not going to cover it heavily just because it's still healing. But like I said, once we get to the point that it's, you know, the skin itself is healed really good, then I can go in a little bit more concealer. But hey, at this point in life, I'm not worried about scars. I'm just happy to be here. So we got that part done. Now I kind of let this set for a second. And while I'm doing, you know, that, you know, I will go ahead and get my next product ready, which in this case is going to be my Araceli Olive eyeliner, because I do something else that I do, which I mean, people do different things, but one thing I have learned, if you want to make your eyes look bigger, do not put black on the bottom of your eyes. It'll make them look smaller if you've got black on the bottom and the top. What I've learned is if you will put the black liquid eyeliner on the top, a good one, a really good one, like I said, this is, which y'all, I know I'm using these companies' names, but nobody's paying me anything. You know, I don't have that many followers, so I mean, this is just me being for real, for real. This is the stuff that works for me anyway. This Araceli liquid, which you can see, you know, it's got the nice point on it. I love the Araceli. I've got the liquid in black and in brown. Then I've got some of the colors as far as the gel. These are the gels, like what I did with my eyebrow. The gel is what I put on the bottom. So I'll put, like, I try to coordinate a little bit, as far as, like, you know, if I've got, let's say, brown eyeshadow, I may actually use some bronze or some gold on the bottom and the black on the top. Sometimes if I'm doing a very minimal, like, makeup look, I'll just use a little bit of brown on the top. But if you're using black mascara, if you have a black liquid eyeliner on top, it actually will make your eyelashes look thicker, and it'll make your eyes look bigger, like I said, if you haven't put in black on the bottom. So let me go ahead and do the bottoms of these real quick. And when I do the bottom, I don't go all the way across. I just go to where the color of my iris is. Speaking of which, something interesting that I found out. I was 49 years old when I realized this, but my husband and I took a picture, you know, together, and I've got it as my screensaver, and I wish there was a way I could show y'all. My whole life, I have thought I had blue eyes. I do not have blue eyes. I have green eyes, because his eyes are so blue when you look at them side by side. I mean, my eyes look so green, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, all this time I'm thinking I've got these, you know, blue eyes, and no, they're green. But again, that goes back to the heritage. Like I said, you know, um, the Scots are kind of known for uh, red hair and green eyes. So there you go. Okay. And I'm just kind of taking this slow with y'all, just enjoying it. Okay, so you can see where the green is, right? Okay. Now, what I like to do now is I will go ahead, and this is my setting powder brush, which I'm going to show this again later because I will, use more setting powder. I have different setting powders that I like to use. Like I've got Tarte Shape Tape. This one I love that's a translucent is Elf. And I mean, this is like the most inexpensive stuff you can get in any, pharmacy, that kind of place. But just take it, turn it, tap it, which I only have my little vent like halfway open. So it's not a huge amount of powder there. But what I like to do at this point, before I do my liquid eyeliner or my mascara, I go ahead and set my brows and my eyes, okay? Just close your eye and then go underneath. Okay? And setting that way, it just, to me, you know, I don't know that there's any right way to do this, but it works for me. So I had told my cousin, she had asked me some questions on complexion, but I had told my cousin I was just going to show what I do, and this is what I do. All right. And honestly, I feel like in a way that, once you put the liquid eyeliner on there, it helps to provide a firm, uh, I guess you could say canvas to adhere to. I don't know if this does anything. I've just done it my whole life, but anytime I've done a liquid eyeliner, I've always just like tapped it just to make sure that there's some on the end. But like I showed y'all earlier, this is a nice pointed, and it's very the little brush on it is very flexible. But I just start in the inside corner, and y'all, I apologize. I can't do this without the mirror. But you can see how nice that is. Okay. Okay. So what I'm doing now, I'm not going to open my eyes real big right now because I'm making sure that my liquid dries good. Filling in if I see that there's any areas that are gapped or whatever. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and do that. Close that up. And we can just let it sit a second. And speaking of setting, this is the other thing that I like to do, which I'll do this again at the end after I put my setting powder on my whole face. But this is, as you can see, I love it. This one's almost empty. I gotta get me some more. But it's Gerard Cosmetics. Now, Gerard Cosmetics has the best setting spray I have ever found. This one's a cucumber. I love it. But what I'll do is I close my eyes. I'll do it on just on my eye makeup right now while I've got the liner on before I put the mascara on. And I just fan myself. So, okay. There we go. All right. So now let's get into mascara. Now there's a lot of great mascaras out there. I've kind of got a tie, really, like the two that I love the most. Like I love, Lights Camera Lashes, which is a Tarte product. But I have to say, Benefit has my very, very, very favorite mascara, and it's called Bad Gal Bang. Okay, and I love the brush that comes with this, and I've got to get me some more. But this, I think y'all know how to do mascara. I'm just gonna do it real quick. And who doesn't make that face whenever they're doing their mascara? I don't know how it would be possible to do mascara if your mouth was closed. Okay, look at the difference, y'all. Amazing, right? Okay, so let me get a little bit more of the last that's left of this. Like I said, gotta get this. Gotta get some Bad Gal Bang. Pardon the commercials. I don't pay for the service that doesn't, come with the commercials, but I'm cheap like that. Now, I'll spend some money on, but streaming services, I'm kind of cheap. That being said, if any streaming service would like to sponsor me, I would be more than open to that. I know I don't have near enough followers to ever get to that point yet, but who knows? Maybe one day. Now you can see how much of a difference that is. Um, if that had been black underneath, my eyes would not look as big as they look right now. Okay, just try it. Trust me. Something else that I do, and I know y'all probably couldn't see it because of the mirror, but when I'm putting my mascara on, I'll do the top, like from the front, but if you'll close your eyes and if you're steady enough, you can take it and roll it on the top side of your lashes to get them coated really good on both sides. And I mean, that's just something that will go to making your lashes look even more dramatic. Okay. And I think I'm about happy with the way the lashes look now. Okay. Um, I was gonna get false lashes. Because I think they look cool. But I was talking with my husband, and he talked me out of it because, he really likes the more natural look. And I mean, honestly, I do like a more natural look myself. And I read a little bit more. For me, anyway, the reason I don't do the lashes is because with lupus, I have had some hair loss in the past. My hair is growing back, but I really don't want to pull out, eyelashes and then them not come back. So, that's something to consider too. Okay, so I've got that part done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on putting a little bit of color in my cheek. Now, like I said, I don't like a lot of heavy makeup. It's just not me. But I do, that being said, I will wear, evening looks if the occasion warrants it. But my normal daily wear makeup, I don't use blush. I'll use a highlighter and I'll use a contour. Now, this is actually one of my very, very, very favorites. This is a company called Nomad, and I don't know if you can even read it because I've used it so much, but I've got more. But it's their Sydney Bathers collection. My color that I like is a peach. Let me see if you can see it good. It's called Balmoral Beach. Is my favorite color. So what I do is I'll take my little highlighter brush And actually will just go on the top of my, like up here, and then the apple of my cheek, okay? Same on this side, right about there, the apple of your cheek. And let me look in the mirror and make sure that I did it good. The red-nosed reindeer. I'm probably driving some of y'all crazy with the Christmas music, but you know what? I just, I love it, especially the blues Christmas music. Okay, so that's got the little bit of peach to my cheek. And then I will take my other brush that I use for my bronzer for contour. And the one that I like, this is the Morphe 8H palette. I put a link in there to Morphe. I don't know that they have this palette right now. I know they have other palettes. The color that I'm going to use is a lighter color called Donut. So you see how my cheeks look right now. They got a nice little highlight to the top of them. I barely tap into that donut a little bit. And what I do is I'm just going to just go, like if I go like that on the bottom, right along your hairline. Okay. Now again, on the other side, and then right along the hairline. I'll do that. Now, if you're wanting to give yourself a little more definition to your face, maybe try to get rid of some of this, which, I mean, let's face it, you can take a camera and the turkey neck goes away anyway. But, if you're wanting to try to thin it out a little bit, you can take this, you go like that, and then right along that jawline is where you're wanting to go down. And you'll go all the way down the turkey neck, okay? I even go down into like the what decolletage, whatever they call it. Y'all know the boobies, that area. So again, you can just do that like number 3 kind of thing underneath your chin. Take it down to the boobies. Okay. And then I'm just like going back over, just smoothing everything out. Okay, so there's that. Now that we've got all of our stuff on there. Where'd I put my thing? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to pull back out my setting powder. Okay. Remember this guy? And yeah, like I said, it's cheap. Oh, little tip. If you do like e.l.f., if you get it in the drugstore, it's usually marked up a whole lot more. If you go online, you can buy it, and it's a couple dollars even less. So I am a big time online shopper. Although that being said, right now might not be the best time. I know Christmas is like got all the shipping way far behind. Okay, I'm going to shut my mouth and I'm going to do my whole face, okay? I've already done the eye area, so I'm going to focus more on the rest of the face, and then I'll go back at the very end over the eye area because I don't want to really coat the lashes with a lot of setting powder. And yeah, I even go down to the boobies. Okay. Okay. So we got that. Let's go one more time on the forehead and the eyes. Okay. Because the thing with setting powder and then your setting spray, obviously it's so your makeup's going to last you all day. And I'm not even joking. The products that I use, I could wear this all day and probably still look made up in the morning if I went to sleep with my makeup on. I might have to clean up a little fallout, but I mean, it does hold well. So I've got my setting spray on now. So again, I'm going to bring back out my Gerard Cosmetics and my favorite scent's cucumber. They've got all kinds of different scents. You can look at it in the link. And I'll do my whole face, close my eyes, and I'm going to fan again. Santa Claus. All right, y'all. So that's what the makeup looks like. Now, because I did a light makeup day, the last thing I'm going to use, this is actually something else that I have found that I really, really love. Wintertime can be really chapping to the lips. And so, if you love Bath and Body Works like I do, they have what's called their menthol lip tint, and they have several different colors. They're all the menthol flavor. But, it basically, it helps you keep your lips from getting chapped, but it does give you a little bit of a tint. And there you go. This one's the magenta tint, by the way. But they have like a pale pink. They got kind of a beige nude. So several colors. But yeah, that's my makeup routine. And I had the whole messy bun thing going. But like I said, you can see as far as when you're looking with the red hair or the blondish red hair, if you've got your green eyes and your green makeup, you're all ready for Christmas, baby. Don't stress over any of the aging, any of the skin conditions. You're beautiful. Love you. God bless y'all. Have a great day and have a Merry Christmas.